Hey, welcome to the One Piece at a Time Distilling Institute with your host, the alchemist of Indiana's Black Forest, Alan Bishop. Hey, this channel is all about home distilling and legal distilling. If you've got questions, reach out to us in the comments below, social media, or via bishopshomegrown@gmail.com. And don't forget to check out thealchemistcabinet.com. All right, guys, we're back with Wayne from Ozark Stillworks and Justin from Still Learning for another 5 and it's not even gonna go that because Wayne's got to leave here shortly. So yes. We've got 5.
Yeah, you get 5, and you can do 5 and 5.
5 and 5. All right,
shooters.
All right, so these are home distilled spirits from Arkansas. Undisclosed who made them. So Spirit Fairy. Yes. Yeah. And that glass, fair warning, Kim just washed it, so it's probably got a little fluorinated nose to it. So you're gonna have to look past that.
There's enough grunge in it to cover it up.
Right.
Say it's funky. Yeah, like a little lime peel.
I could see that.
There's a sweet thing there too. Almost, I don't want to say vanilla, but it's creamy like vanilla.
And the goal here is to blind Justin on all of these. I've tasted all of them because Arkansas Wayne Rudaball over here tried to fucking kill me on Friday night. Had me puking and everything the next morning. And then made me come out here and work.
Worked him hard too.
So I'm going to say this, and don't take offense to this.
Don't worry about it.
You know, so you have original Alka-Seltzers, like no flavor, but then like the cold and flu Alka-Seltzers that have the citrus thing to them. Like it's there, and that sweetness is kind of on the backbone. I like that.
Any particular idea on the grains?
I hate you.
There's nothing else added to it other than grain, correct?
Really?
And maybe potentially some sugar, occasionally.
Yeah, there's occasionally some.
Yeah.
It's very low chapterization.
So I do pick up on the lime pill that you're getting. The lime / grapefruit sort of citrus thing is definitely there. I know what it is because I know what's in these, so I'm not going to say it yet. And it's actually pretty interesting that he pulled that to the forefront using the grain that he used to get it. So
I want to say there's wheat because it's soft.
Yeah. Red wheat.
Red wheat? Is it all red wheat?
No, there may be some white wheat in there too.
Okay.
So you got away with that. Now the next part of this is Wayne has a pellet gun next to him.
Oh, that's right.
So when you get one
Wrong
raw
answer, I'll tag your ass.
Okay. Fair enough.
It's fucking on.
I do like that. I like that a lot.
You were correct on the wheat. Anything else?
You said white wheat and red wheat.
Both of those being malted.
Okay. There's a spice there too, and it makes me want to say malted rye, but
no rye in it.
No rye at all. Well, throw it at me because I don't know.
Want to throw a dick at him?
It's corn, buddy.
Is there corn in that?
That's yellow dent.
That's
2.
it?
Yep. And so this is kind of I'll let Wayne talk on it because he knows who made it. But
so what it is there's a corny keg.
Yeah.
And every experiment that might be, one time might be white wheat corn, one time might be red wheat corn, one time might be all corn with the what did we say we were going to call it? The excommunicated enzymes.
Yes,
because I say it wrong too.
Excommunicado.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, some of it's converted with enzymes as well. But that's it. And it's in mixtures. Each batch just ends up in this keg and is
That's like an infinity keg.
It is.
Nice.
That malted wheat's what's bringing that citrus to the forefront.
Is that what that is?
Okay. Usually malted wheat comes off more again like that apricot note. But here, I think it's because he's got it in small amounts, and then he's marrying all those different things together. It's getting some more contrast, and it's going a little more citrus element.
And setting in that keg, it's never full. So there's always a lot of oxygen exchange going on in there, oxidation.
I like that a lot. I wouldn't have most of the time corn is just there. And now that you say it, I want to say that I've got it, but I still don't it's not a real big corn nose or on the palate. Alan's messing stuff up.
He's got the he's checking the honky jar.
Honky.
Honky proofing bottle.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. That's
cool.
I could sit and just drink that.
Yeah.
Have you done anything with that on oak yet?
No, I haven't.
Yeah,
I haven't. But thought about it.
That'd be an interesting one.
I never really did because it's just, like when I drink it white and I drink it white.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I enjoy that.
Yeah,
a lot.
That's a fun one.
You guys can go ahead and pour the next one. I'm gonna grab some more shit for this.
All right, let's.
Sorry, you're good. You're good.
Let's try. Let's not stray too far off the. We also he calls that stiff dick, low morals.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who knows? Let's go with this one.
Okay.
It's another similar type spirit.
What was the proof on that number 3?
100 proof.
100 proof. Didn't drink 100 either. It's nice.
Yeah, it's pretty soft for what it is.
Running out of places to do things.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll do that too also.
So I will tell you, this is 2 grain, all grain, no chapelization.
2 grain, all grain, no chocolate. So here's the weird thing, and I may have had a little bit of that other left in here, but that funky sunflower thing that he gets from that stuff.
Rinse that out. Just swirl it around, toss it, pour you another pour.
Alan's over there fucking around, making me jump on video.
Which one you on, number 2?
Yeah.
Or yeah, whatever you got it numbered at.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, fat noses.
Yeah, you may want to rinse out. Toss it.
I'm freaking stumped on that one. That's good.
Anyway, I was telling him this is 2 grain, all grain, no chapelization.
Yep. You all right? Why are you so jumpy?
Everything's making noises. Because I still remember you screaming, "Get the gas!"
That never happened.
Never, ever.
This one you should be able to.
I'm gonna let that sit for a second.
This one I really like quite a bit. I'd like to see what this does on oak for sure.
Okay, I'll do some of that.
Yeah.
So it's about 65, 35.
65
65 corn, 35 wheat, roughly. And
Malted.
the malted red wheat.
Yeah.
Now we don't get a chance to shoot him because
Shit.
you told.
Damn it!
I was listening too. Like it's got the funk like the other with the malted wheat. I think what was the?
So he got a freebie.
Yeah, you did. That's your
The-
pass.
the
That's
first
it.
one?
That's the only pass you get.
How much corn was in the first one? Oh, you said there. Oh, that was
just depends.
That was the infinity cake.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So would this be one of the components that goes into that? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
In fact, some of that did go into that.
Gotcha.
I like this.
I get the corn a whole lot more on this one. There's a sweetness there, plus that softness, and plus a little bit of the funk from the malt. I call malt funk. I'm weird. I don't know. That's just my terminology. I know. But I think it all works together really, really well. There's more of that corn sweetness on there, though, and I like that.
See, I get a little of that
this-
apricot on this one.
I think if I do this one with Amanda Palmer instead of the yellow corn, it's really gonna turn it around.
Yeah, and so these are, and what's the process on both of those two as far as distillation?
On distillation, I did single pass, 2-inch column single pass, onion bubble plate, and that tapered cone that I've got that reduces to 1.5.
Yep.
And then over to my shotgun.
It's beautiful single pass stuff, man. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, almost everything. No, I'd say half of everything that I brought is single pass.
I like that one. Yeah, I like that one a lot.
That hangs like crazy too.
This would be a fantastic base for a gin as well. This would make a hell of a gin.
Cool. Something to think about.
Yes. All right, what we got next?
Okay, so
You got me getting more stuff wrong.
you had 2 and 5.
Let's do
No, you've had you've had not had 2. You've had 3 and 5. Sorry.
right. Let's do what we had 3 and 5. Yeah, so let's do 1.
Okay.
That one will be a fun one to try to figure out.
Probably a little water in your glass.
Yeah.
So,
Rinse it out with the.
Here, I got you.
thank you.
That water's
I knew it's exactly what he was going to do with it.
fucking clean. It's clean water.
That's right.
I only peed in that barrel one time. At least it's not the barrel that had the dead bobcat in it.
Right. There's a funk to this water.
Right. What is that weird rancio note?
Thank you.
We call this graveyard brandy.
Graveyard brandy.
This one's going to throw you.
Lost a little proof
Straight
that time. I'm
up.
gonna bump that defimator.
Butterscotch.
I'm 10 at 70. Now it's into that weird, funky sunflower. I'm gonna bump that D flag and see if I can get it back up there.
Wow. That's good. That's good though.
So like I get butterscotch and there's a tannin there too. So much bitterness on the nose. I like that.
And the curveball.
Oh, it's a little spicy.
Never going to get it. But I am enjoying hearing these tasting notes. It's kind of cool.
I like that. So that's either like a peppercorn or a cinnamon thing, because I get cinnamon there because there's an earthiness with it too.
And there is no cinnamon in it.
No cinnamon in it. Okay.
There are two components, and one of them is obviously non-fermentable.
Right? No. Is that it?
That's no.
Okay. Yeah,
No,
we
this
got
one.
it.
Sorry, I'm sandbagging you, man.
It's all good. I mean, for a dude from the South, that was pretty rude.
Okay.
You should call me a carpetbagger because I'll punch you in the
No,
fucking face.
Dragging ass.
So 2 components, 1 non-fermentable.
Well, I wouldn't say non-fermentable. There's no sugars in
Just
it.
not. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not.
Okay.
It's a non. It's just strictly flavored component. But I went about it 2 different ways.
But it is crazy how much there is a cinnamon, Ceylon cinnamon, almost even that Amburana note
Yeah.
is there.
The grain that I use is 1 grain, so it's 100% that grain.
And it does. It comes off like a cinnamon disc on the finish. I hadn't thought about that before, but it does.
Yeah, there is. I noticed that too
Yeah.
Friday when you got me drunk.
Well, I was probably too drunk to notice it, so congratulations to you that you caught on to it. Because at some point I was just like, oh, now we're just drinking.
We're just drinking.
We're just drinking.
Nose-wise, though, I get like butterscotch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That spice thing has
got some
thrown
legs,
me off. Oh, yeah.
I love that spice.
And y'all can see that. It's got a beautiful, beautiful color to it.
I really like this one, dude. And honestly, when he finds out what that other ingredient is, I think he'll be surprised. He'll understand where the spice comes from. But I think he'll be surprised by how that spice is affecting flavor on this. Because it surprises me. And I use that ingredient sometimes, not that exact same ingredient,
right,
but a similar
right,
ingredient
yes.
sometimes. Got any thoughts?
No, because I feel stupid now.
Yeah, you don't have to feel stupid.
No. I just, like I told you, I don't think you would get it. Because
What'd you put in this? Hot garbage?
This is the best hot garbage ever.
Right.
I want to say, I know you said it's not cinnamon, but that cinnamon comes over, or the flavor profile is there. And knowing Alan and spices, or at least kind of knowing the things he does, I want to say it's just black pepper. But because it's spicy, but it's earthy though too.
But it's not dirty.
It's not dirty.
So,
Grains of Paradise?
nope.
Fuck me. All right.
When he tells you, you're gonna be like, God damn it.
okay, so the way this went down is we were grilling. I had my smoker going, Oklahoma Joe smoker, and we had some stuff going on the grill.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went out in the garden. Carl and I were doing a 100% corn mash.
Okay.
Had the barrel sitting outside. We were mashing in, and I was bored with corn.
Mm-hmm.
And I was looked over in my garden, and I've got these red peppers and green peppers, and they're big, long chilies that I got from. They come from Texas, but I got them from a guy in New Mexico. He had them hanging, roosters hanging in front of his shop, and he's like, "Yeah, take some." So I grew them. I think I had 4 green and 4 red. Split them, laid them on the grill, grilled them, threw them in the mash, fermented them with the peppers. Then I talked to Alan about how to infuse even more with the setup that I had, because I didn't have a gin basket. I did have that 2 to 1.5 tapered column section. Yeah. Put a little piece of copper scrubby in the bottom of that over my bubble plate. Single pass run, 1 bubble plate, 168 proof, I think, come off.
It's a mind fuck, isn't it?
It is.
And then I put rehydrated red peppers, dried red peppers.
Yeah.
I rehydrated them. I dumped them in after I pulled the forks and the heads off. I shut the still, dumped them in, put the cap, the elbow back on, fired it right back up, and
whatever kind of chilies those are, do you still have seeds for them?
Yes, sir.
I'd like to get some.
Yeah.
Because I think that's part of your trick here. I think it's the varietal. Because normally, we talked about this.
I don't know what they are, but I
right.
have them.
We talked about this a little bit on Friday. Like normally that capsaicin, and you know, if you know that pepper's there, you can find it, but it's minimal.
Right.
That it's there. But I think those peppers might be something that other distillers would be interested in.
A while ago I said I did this in 2 different stages. I did it in 3 different stages. I forgot, because when I got done, I didn't have quite the pepper flavor profile that I was looking for. It was too muted. So I took one of the dried peppers as I was aging this on once used oak. Or maturing it on. Yeah, anyway, I put one of those dried peppers in there for about 3 days.
Yeah.
And took it out.
I would drink the fuck out of this, dude. I would throw a little tiny bit of Amburana at it. I would throw.
I might do that when I get home. It's still sitting on oak.
I might throw even just 1 or 2 grams per gallon of licorice root for mouthfeel and sweeten it a little bit. Mm-hmm. And for people who like cinnamon whiskey,
oh yeah,
maybe even throw a cinnamon stick in it, or a Ceylon stick, yeah, and it'd be fucking ideal.
If you would do save you a little bit of it. This and a Bloody Mary too.
Yeah,
that spice.
Kim and Wayne and I.
And that cinnamon thing
She didn't say it last night because you killed me the night before.
Yeah, we didn't drink anything yesterday at all except tasting.
That cinnamon thing was there too. I think that would hold up to the herbaceousness of some of the mixes.
I think it would as well. I think the Sweet Marias, or even the Master of Mixes, the stuff I've got in the basement. Mm-hmm. I think this would hold up to that extremely well. I love it.
I like your idea with the licorice root though too.
Yep. Picking it up.
Could you just straight macerate that in there and pull out some of that sweetness, or would you have to redistill?
I would distill it with licorice root is what I would do. Because I don't know, I mean, you could macerate it, but licorice root also, when you macerate it, you get some earthy off of it.
What about just tossing it in the path?
Yeah, that'd work fine. That'd work great. It's fucking good.
I fucking like that.
You know what? The other thing I'll tell you on this too is the other thing I would do with it is, and again, this ties into Bloody Mary, but as a base for an aquavit. So caraway, coriander, dill. This right here, buddy. You put that in the freezer and fucking have a shot of that in the wintertime. Whatever's fucking wrong with you is going to be gone.
Exercising the demons.
Dead and gone.
Let me rinse those for you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you. How long was that on the
A million years.
How long was that on the used oak?
It's still on the used oak.
Oh,
it's
still?
been,
Thank you.
I'm going to say 6 months.
But I'm a low volume of oak.
Yep.
Longer time.
Gotcha.
I don't like to overdo it.
Oh, absolutely not.
I don't like oak tea.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to bury the grains.
That might be an interesting one if he could get a hold of one of those the bad motivator barrels.
Yeah.
Let it sit there for a little while. Thank you.
Now this one's different for a whole different set of reasons. And I will tell you that it's sitting on oak at the house right now. But
108 and 50.
how is it?
It's good. It's all the sunflower came to the forefront.
Wow.
Like
I
100%.
think that's pretty cool.
He jumped again.
You jump again?
Yeah.
That nose has me
Thimbleful of alcohol in there.
a thimbleful.
This is the coolest part. I love this part.
Sorry, y'all, we're watching Alan try not to die.
Bam!
Shabam.
You know what? I'm gonna record that noise, and that's the noise I'm gonna use when I end every One Piece at a Time podcast. The ending of the show is brought to you by Ozark Steelworks.
Cool.
I'm gonna bump that reflux again.
So there's another weird one.
It's not a weird one, but it's weird because it's not ready to drink.
The methodology is
Yeah.
the methodology is super old school. Is the thing. And when I say old school, is in like no one is fucking doing it anymore at all, other than Wayne, maybe me. But, and I'm gonna be honest with you, you didn't get a chance to try mine. Yours is way the fuck better than mine is.
Shit.
It fucking is.
Ain't no way. This is, I'm gonna tell you, the grain bill is complex.
Yeah.
It's complex grain bill. Or mash bill.
Spicy. Or it might be the spice from the last one we did too.
No, you're probably right. Yeah,
Right, right.
some spice. Not pepper.
Not pepper.
No vegetables were harmed in the making of this spirit.
Think fruit direction as well. There's no fruit in there, but think fruit direction
Yeah.
and things that give that. Before you leave, we gotta grab that bead roller for you, and
I got the
too.
bead roller.
Oh, did you get it? Okay.
I think this is the least amount I've ever talked on a freaking video because I'm just like thrown.
Right. Well, and that's the purpose of doing it is that you're learning.
Still
Right.
learning.
Yeah, Alan said
exactly.
you don't get to come to Indiana very often, and you get a chance to be a dick to Justin and fuck with his mind, and
We'll just call him Dustin. No.
Oh,
When you're here, his name's
yeah,
not
his name's
Justin. It's Dustin.
No, sorry about that. I just tripped over my
Listen,
tongue.
Duffy.
Dutty Woes.
Dutty Woes.
Dutty
Whoa.
Woes. You know that flavor.
I do.
And I know you know that almost that exact same whiskey because I know you've tried something that I did very similar to this. But you only tried it one time. We were already pretty fucking
hammered. It was when you fucking knocked yourself out on the cross tie.
There's what's in it.
That's every time I'm here. Oh, on the cross
That's
tie.
the mash bill.
I thought you meant the beam in the basement.
No, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Every time I'm here, I almost knock myself out.
Well, there
on
was
that
one
thing.
time in particular that it was, yeah.
This is double pot distilled.
I'm saying it does smell and taste a little cleaner. Shouldn't say cleaner. More distilled than the single patch stuff.
To
I
me,
think.
The legs on it or something.
to me, it's heavier and thicker.
It's
than
heavy, but
single
it-
patch.
It is, but it's the grain.
Yeah.
The grain on that in particular is, and also that method of mashing.
Yeah, it makes a
Just-
difference in
Yeah.
the profile.
Again, though, I mean, well, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
So I get spice. There's almost like a little mint thing up in the very top.
Herbaceousness, yes, yeah, absolutely.
I'm trying to pin down that fruit. It's driving me nuts.
Well, think along the lines of those two white stone fruits that we talk about quite often, and grains that give those flavors. The apricot,
Yeah.
peach, flesh thing.
Let's let it be like malted wheat,
And
malted corn,
rye.
malted rye. I haven't had a whole lot of well, your malted rye stuff.
See, that's well. Fuck it, we're just gonna say that's how
Yeah.
much better your malted rye is than my fucking malted rye. Mine's trash. It's gonna take a little while to feed mine in. And that's step mashed.
Step mash process, yeah.
Old Pennsylvania process.
Okay, yeah.
And that chocolate malt is rye malt, home malted rye.
Nice. And see, I don't get, like. I guess I get the earthiness from the chocolate malt, but it's not the coffee and dark chocolate.
Yeah,
it's
so
just the
it's,
earthiness is there.
And his chocolate malt's quite a bit different. So he gets chocolate aroma, but what he's really doing is he's almost doing like a crystal malt where it's still a
Yeah.
brown toasty color.
Yeah.
So it's not
Versus
like,
burnt.
yeah, it's not straight up freeze, burnt, fucking roasted as in like here's some carbonized coffee beans.
Do you notice it seems like it's a little heavy on tailsy flavors toward. So it's what I did was I did cuts to put it on wood and let it sit. So it's a little bit dirty to me.
So-
Alan doesn't think it's all that dirty, or doesn't think it's as dirty as I do, I guess.
Well, and like to me, like
Yeah,
it
I think
tastes
it's dirty.
fairly clean.
For a barrel, it's
Oh yeah,
ideal.
that in a barrel.
I mean, I would have zero shame whatsoever at the distillery running that, and somebody came in wanted to taste that white dog. I'd say this is exactly what this is supposed to taste like before it goes into a barrel.
Yeah.
Honestly, Wayne, you may, short of Leopold, you having the home distilling equipment, etc., you may be the closest to recreating that Pennsylvania process.
I was hoping to be able to run this on that
Yep.
inline thumper,
Yeah.
and I didn't get to.
Right.
But
We're definitely
it's coming.
Yeah, we'll do that. That's what we need to do. We need to recreate Pennsylvania rye on this.
Thank you.
Go ahead and grab the last one, yeah.
Number 4.
This one.
Here, keep a little bit of water in there. Actually, need something to.
Oh, I'll get you a little more.
No, I think that's fine. I just need.
Clean the palate.
I need a little bit.
Oh, and the last one
Mhm.
went into on the wood at 105, and that's 110. So what you just tasted was 110 proof.
Now, see, that one drank a lot hotter. I think. I like that one. I told you before. I'm kind of a proof guy.
You like it.
I like higher proof stuff.
That's for Alan. That's
Now this one's unique. I really like this one.
I love the nose on that.
Unique process
Yeah.
to get to there.
Hold on, I gotta record this.
Yes. Yeah, because I want to clip of that too. You know, we run about an extra gallon already out of there. Yeah. Maybe a little over a gallon. All right, you tell me when you're ready. Alright, so we're gonna shoot this thumper again. Go for it, Alan. Every fucking time. I love it.
Yeah.
That isn't overflowing out. It's filling back into it. Yeah. Yep. And then I'm gonna crank his reflux just a little bit more.
Is that new oak or used oak? It is used oak. Used oak.
And it was used on whiskey of some sort or another. I'd be lying if I told you I remember.
I don't get it on the nose, but I get like a overripe apple thing on the palate. Like, you ever bit into an apple that you probably shouldn't have?
Mm-hmm.
Still got a little soft.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Oh, yeah.
super sweet, but you're also like, I might have the shits tomorrow.
This might have been dumb.
So that inline thumper thing, it's the way you're doing that today. It's similar to continuous, other than we're not draining off the boiler yet. That's gonna be so cool.
So this is 98, but there's your smoke and just that straight up sunflower.
Is this
Oh yeah, you got the smoke.
Yep.
Is this an all grain?
I'm not gonna say yet.
It's one of your weird.
I will say no. It's not an all grain.
It's your
I
split
can
brandy.
say that, right?
Hey,
Yeah, that's-
Right.
yeah.
it's your split brandy.
Nope. One.
Ooh, that's so fucking weird.
That one is weird. Do you get apple?
I refuse to answer any of your questions.
Fuck both of you. And you too.
You wouldn't like it.
Right? Well, he would. He'd fall in love. That's what I tell him all the time at work. You'd fall in love and I'd fall asleep. Bunch of cunts. That's funny.
There's like a butteriness on the nose too.
It almost has butterscotch, but it has another element that almost reminds me a little bit of, we mentioned licorice root earlier. It reminds me of what licorice root actually smells like.
Gotcha. And there's a thing there, and it's not off-putting. But so you've made meat before. Yeah, you were talking about melon
Yeah, I
milk.
got some melon milk on right now.
So, you know, if you get too much oxygen to it, it starts to go a little BA, or there's a little bit of acidity on the nose with this. It kind of reminds me of like a meat that's went too far or set too long. Uh-oh.
Oh, it's not dead. It's still running.
Still running.
You gotta hurry.
Better hurry. Hurry, please.
What you got?
I still got that weird soft apple thing on the palate. There's sweetness
You're
there.
close. I will say there's no apple in it.
The used oak softens that up a whole lot, I think.
I'm a big fan of second use of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Big fan of it.
I would much rather, in most circumstances, use once used oak than anything
There's too
else.
many tannins in the other, especially for what we're doing.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. It has its place for bourbon and rye, but
All right, hit me with it, because I'm lost on that one too. But I love that. That's my favorite one out of the whole thing.
You like that one?
Yeah.
the pepper one's my
That one is good too. I don't think I could sit and drink that one straight all the time.
I could, but I'd be mad at the end of the night.
I'd be mad the next day.
Well, I was mad the next day. Mad at myself, mad at the toilet,
Mad at Wayne.
mad at Wayne.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't
I'm
mad
not
at Wayne.
allowed
I
to
was,
come back anymore.
I was
No.
mad at myself because I kept thinking, oh man, because I didn't get up till like 9 o'clock. I was like, Wayne probably been up since 6 o'clock this morning. This guy thinks I'm an asshole. He drove 9 hours. And hell, I've been at home and the whole thing, and here I am making him wait, and he comes here, he eats, and I eat, I'm like, oh, I'll be right here in a little bit. I'll be all right here in a little while. I'll be okay here. And the only thing I was missing was Wayne looking at me and being like, you're a fucking pussy.
If he'd have talked to Dale, he'd have known how this was going to
Right,
go.
exactly.
Does that have, so since you went on oak, does that have little tails?
It has some. Yeah.
Okay.
It has some, but they were actually fairly clean cuts.
Yeah.
I didn't go deep at all. I mean,
It's not off-putting.
No,
at all.
no.
It's just,
I used some late heads, very, very few, but a little bit of late heads and early tails to gain the flavor profile that I was shooting for.
Yeah.
And then there's another process after distillation that, while it's maturing on the used oak, is I added back to the matured process with dehydrated fruit of the same fruit.
It's not peach. I don't think it's peach. No. It doesn't have that peach profile like yours does. So it's not apple, even though I freaking get apple. I'm just going to say it's not strawberry.
No.
You said strawberry is shit.
No strawberries.
All right.
The weird thing is, you went to, remember back in the day, like you go to the dollar store and they had like the section of like candles that were like multiple different aromas.
Mm-hmm.
It's like walking through that aisle, right?
Yeah.
All those
It's all there.
sweets. Yeah.
It's got a new segment. It's called Stump Justin.
Tap? You give?
I tap, because I don't got it.
Okay.
Let him have it.
No. I want it. I see, if you let me let him have it, I'm just going to keep going. I'm just going to keep going.
You want another pour?
Yeah. So after it's been sitting in there for a second, yours in here. Mine's like dry. Smell that. It's like sweet tarts.
I can see that, yeah. Or like a little like frankincense characteristic.
Fuck your frankincense. It's sweet tarts.
Fair enough.
Fuck you on the frankincense.
Done with your shit, Alan.
I don't know what frankincense smells like, so that's
Okay,
kind of
fair
why.
enough. Patchouli, little patchouli. You ever smell short of Wayne over here? You ever smell a deadhead?
I've been to some concerts where there's a lot of patchouli and other things floating about.
Right? Yeah, that's like the most obvious cover in the world, right? Like, I don't smoke weed. That's why I smell like patchouli, because I use it to cover up the weed. It's a dead fucking giveaway.
Hey, if Ed Gein would have had some patchouli, no one would have been known.
Nobody fucking known. Yeah, they never figured it out, would they?
There's an oiliness though to that too.
Oh, yeah.
Like even on the nose.
Yeah, it's pretty leggy spirit too. It's oily. There's some oils in there.
Once again, don't take this the wrong way,
no.
but it reminds me of this. So like working on a farm, you get diesel everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
That oily nose thing.
Oh yeah.
But once again, it's like,
Yeah, you don't have to worry about offending me.
It's not off-putting at all. It's just that's the only thing I can kind of relate it to. God damn it.
Oh, before I forget, I know you're still recording, but when you get a chance, that plant that we found in the woods that you identified, send me a link to that, because I may play around with it. Some stuff too, so.
Doesn't drink like a great brandy.
It's 86 proof, I think. 84, 86, somewhere in there.
Just fuck you. Just because you said it the other day, raisins. Is there any raisin in it? God damn it.
So to be clear, a lot of work went into this tasting, by the way.
Yeah.
Not only on the distilling side, but like this morning, you had to take and wipe off all the Sharpie on the jars.
Just to fuck with me.
Just to rewrite everything, number it out.
It was well worth it.
All right.
It's
I'm tapping. Seriously, what is it? That's fucking banana.
No, it's not fucking banana. It's just banana.
and you know how funny
Very,
that is?
very overripe.
I hate banana brandy.
I know.
That's good.
Well, that's why I didn't even say banana, because I know you don't like banana. Fuck you and your opinions, I guess.
If you got time, you probably still got time on the phone if you want to tell them the process real quick, Wayne.
Okay, yeah. So the
I think
banana brandy was double pot distilled, and then put on once used oak.
Okay.
That was fermented on skin.
Fermented on skins. Day 2, pull the skins out because they're capped up on the top.
Yep.
And they're dry.
Yep.
If you want to put them in a sieve and collect anything, you can. But yeah, they're dry. Take them in the ladle and scoop them off and toss them.
Yep.
But there's so many flavors and oils in those skins.
Oh yeah.
If you don't use them in a ferment for apple or for banana brandy,
Yep.
you're missing out on some flavors.
Yeah.
I think. But anyway.
That one fucked me all the way up. Like, and the thing is, like, even today, like going back to it, it's even better than it was on Friday. It's good. It's fucking delicious.
So after it, now this is probably a year old. Been sitting on used oak for a year.
Really?
Yep.
Now see, like, it doesn't taste new make, but that oak is not as prominent.
No, it's.
I wouldn't have thought that was a year on oak.
Yep. And so what I ended up doing, I took a good couple handfuls of dehydrated banana chips.
Yeah.
Tossed them in there with the oak.
So, Alan said earlier, the one for a base for a gin, that I think is a base for a gin, or even this with a splash of tonic water or something like that to add a little bit of bitterness or some contrast to it. It's great meat that I would have sat here for 1,000 years before I said banana.
Yeah.
That is...
So now smell the glass. And if you don't, I
think like saltwater taffy banana. Like that almost artificial banana.
Laffy Taffy kind of.
Yeah.
So I know what it is, but I can't stick my nose in the jar and get anything but banana.
Yep.
You know, because I know...
I know what it is.
Well, and
we probably should have done that one before we did the pepper too.
Probably.
That probably
been a little easier on your palate, and you know, Mr. Continuous over here.
It's so freaking soft on the nose. Like, so I've had roasted plantains before, but I've never had them with that caramel. But I can kind of imagine that's kind of where that's at. Because plantain roasted to me tastes like super overripe banana, but it's banana bread without the bread. It's roasted.
Yeah. Or even like the if you have bread pudding with white sauce, the white sauce on bread pudding.
Yeah,
it has that same kind of thing.
Yeah, that
one. What I meant to bring the smoked sweet potato. It's still white right now.
Yeah.
I am going to send. Get some of that on carrier pigeon and get it delivered so you guys can do that.
Awesome.
And then I think I'm gonna I'll probably wait till you guys. I don't know. I think I'm gonna throw some on oak. I think I'm gonna. The how do you say that wood? The
Amburana.
Yep. I think you think that would be.
I think that would work
for sweet potato.
Be careful with it.
Keep it pulled pretty tight, right? Maybe like 3 or 4 of those cubes to a quart.
Yeah.
And let it set for maybe 2 weeks at the most.
And then pull it off.
And just keep going back to it. So the only other thing about Amburana that's bad is, and we'll have to wrap this up because I'm sure that thing's about fucking done.
Yeah.
Getting close.
The only thing that's bad about Amburana, and I didn't pick this up before, but there was something about it like when it goes too far that I didn't like. There's a certain distiller that does that. Justin and I talked about multiple times.
Yeah.
Amzy Winning pointed out like it can smell a little bit like synthetic deer urine when you go hunting.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Straight up Tink 69.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can't deal with it when it goes that far. So
it's like a balance. Minerality plus sourness.
Yeah.
About the best way I can explain it.
So I'm thinking about one used oak stave and 4 of those little cubes and try that.
Yep.
And then kind of
keep an
eye on those.
All right, guys. Wayne, tell them where they can find you, man.
You can find me on Facebook, Ozark Steelworks Facebook page. I am ozarksteelworks.com as our website. And you can email me at ozarksteelworks@gmail.com. We're also on Crazy 8 Moonshiners on you see us on YouTube or on MeWe with Distilling Tradition. Distilling Tradition also on Facebook. Just all over the place, you know.
He's got a new motto now, which is with his new submarine still. It's everything but the talent.
Yep, everything but the talent.
And also soon to own buymyshitsendmoremoney.com.
There we go.
Yes. Fuck you, pay me.
Right, fuck you, pay me.
All right, guys.
Later.